Here we go!
I don't think that most of you understand that Owen is much more honest than the average person. Tradwife Life says, what will you do if Owen turns on you like he turned on Alex Jones, Rogan, and now Crowder? I don't believe he will because I don't plan to treat him like Alex Jones and Rogan have done. Alan Powell, you're wrong. Owen obviously understands comedy. And the reason that he's not touring anymore is because the venues will not permit him to perform there. You clearly have no idea what's going on. So a lot of people had warned me about Owen Benjamin. A lot of people had, let me know that it would be a real blow to my credibility if I was going to work with him. And they let me know that, this was somebody who liked the drama, couldn't get along with anybody.
I have to call out someone that you considered a friend, but as we know, there's no other way around it. If you don't stop the bleeding, you got to amputate the arm. And of course, I'm talking about Fox Day.
And a lot of people have been telling me, oh, you need to disavow him. You need to, make it clear that you don't have anything to do with Owen.
I was warned over and over and over again by people when I first became friends with Fox. First, it was, he's alt-right. Steven Crowder tried to warn me. He said, he's alt-right. Don't hang out with him. He's going to ruin any credibility you have. And I said, no, but I like him. He's cool. He's smart. Being very smart. When you find another smart person, it's like black guys finding each other in Utah.
So they're saying, oh, well, he bought into this fake Marine sniper thing. And, obviously he did buy into a lot of fake stuff like, Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson.
Just like I usually do, I let people in too quick. People are like, Big Bear, you have 250,000 YouTube subscribers. This dark stream has like 8,000. No one even knows this guy. And he's using you, Big Bear. He's using you for your people. And I have a hard time conceiving of that. Because I would never do that. I never think anyone else would do that. And as time goes on, we start unauthorized.tv, and I see just how many of my people are there. Bears are asking for verifications. And then yesterday on some live stream, someone said that I was his meal ticket. And normally I would just shrug it off. He said, Owen Benjamin's your meal ticket. And what did Vox do? He laughed. He cackled. That's preposterous, he said. Preposterous?
But, I was talking to a mutual acquaintance today. This is someone that a Hollywood figure that some of you know of. It's someone that Owen knows personally. It's someone that I've worked with. And so, I consider this person to be extremely credible. And I consider this person to be a friend. I mean, this is somebody that I've actually spent a fair amount of time with and worked with and so forth. And we were talking today, and he said, do you know why Owen's channel got a strike and why all of his videos are now gone? And I said, well, I didn't know the videos were all gone. I'd heard he got a strike, of course. I knew it all about the strike, but what's up with that? And he said, well, the video was really bad. I said, well, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I know which video it was. It was the the boomer video. And he said, exactly. And I was like, well, I don't get it. But then I started thinking about it. And here's the thing. Owen is a millennial. And I'm Generation X. And so we have a very different relationship with the baby boomers than the millennials do.
Here's the thing about Vox Day. Vox Day has never been close to what I got. And that's a liability. When he was growing up, and he'd look out his father's Gulfstream G4, and people would say, "Oh, yeah, he's using you, Big Bear. You're a big Hollywood hotshot. He's just a guy with a stream. Why are you letting him in?" When Vox was growing up, he would look out his father's Gulfstream G4, and he would dream of one day being close to a guy who was one of the stars of TBS's primetime sitcom lineup.
We understand the baby boomers. They raised us. We were there for the music. We listened to the classic rock in the car from the time that we were 5 years old until we were 20 years old. We understand their thinking. We understand who they are, what they are, and in a way that no millennial can. And I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is that it's not right to disrespect the greatest generation that America has ever known. It's not right to disrespect the generation that literally changed the world.
When Vox Day became a multi-platinum game designer, he was like, maybe one day I could know the smell of goats. Maybe one day I could know a guy named Owen Benjamin.
And so when you look at what Owen, this millennial, has said about baby boomers, it's not acceptable. It's disrespectful. And, I don't know if it's generationist. I mean, why is it okay? Why is it okay to be racist or sexist? We all know it's not okay to be racist. It's not okay to be sexist. But it's okay to be generationist? No, it's just as wrong. It's every bit as wrong. And so, and then, on top of it, on top of making fun of things like, iconic things like Woodstock, like the moon landings and so forth, to use the H word, that was too far. I mean, I had to admit, my friend was right that I have no choice but to disavow anyone who is going to use the H word. The only person who is allowed to use the H word, the only people who are allowed to use the H word are boomers. I'm Generation X. I've been around boomers all my life. I know boomers. I understand boomers. And even I would not use the H word.
When Vox Day was the top 40, when his band was in the top 40, he said, no, none of our songs are about a bike and a young person of color.
And so that's why I am forced to disavow Owen Benjamin and all the other millennials who are showing disrespect to the greatest generation, the generation that changed the world, that made this world a better place, that ended war, that caused the seas to stop rising. Oh, wait, that's Obama.
What I'm trying to say is, I didn't know I was being used by Vox Day until I ran the numbers. We broke 3,000 Big Bear subscribers on unauthorized.tv. and that's a milestone, obviously. But I ran the numbers. After we pay for our technical fees and all the fees involved in running your own site that hosts videos, I did the numbers. I added it all up, and I looked at Vox's cut of my people supporting me is in the low 4 digits. The upper lowest 4 digits. And that type of power and influence can really go to a man's head. Bald head, I might add.
Anyhow, yeah, boomers are now a protected class.
And if you haven't noticed, my mustaches keep going missing. It has now been brought to my attention that Vox Day has been farming my mustaches for one day to have hair again. Every time I grow a mustache, it mysteriously disappears. And then, lo and behold, Vox Day backwards is Zad Yad. Russian small hat hiding in plain sight. Vox Day has made 4 digits a month on me on unauthorized.tv. The highest part of the lowest part of 4 digits. And once people get a taste of that, web hosting money, you just can't trust each other anymore. When I saw him laugh at the concept of me being a meal ticket, listen, the guy's a best-selling author, multi-platinum game designer, comes from wealth and privilege that I can't possibly comprehend. That being said, without me, he's nothing but a piece of shit. I don't even know how to end this one. His name backwards is Zavyad, Russian Jew hiding in plain sight. I just felt like that was a pretty good way to start off, since he already kind of did the satire joke about disavowing me.
So, anyhow, so as you know, I'm not disavowing Owen. In fact, I think that Owen actually had a excellent point.
Way too many of you guys knew it was a joke, so it wasn't as funny. But because it was obviously a bit of a payback. But the gamma male is so preposterous. George didn't just get out, did he? Oh no, everything's closed. To think that I'm Vox's meal ticket or that he's my meal ticket, it's insane. It's just men working together. And we actually have one of the healthiest relationships I've had with someone I work with, because he doesn't want to be he likes doing his own thing. Satire, sarcasm, satire. Sarcasm is a specific form technically of satire, but it's for people that want to say something. It's I'll do a whole stream just on one.